Hi, I'm Asha. I'm the director of the Free Black Women's Library Los Angeles and the founder of the Salt Eaters Bookshop. In 2020, I collaborated with LACMA in support of the Betty Saar exhibition Call and Response with a book playlist featuring all Black women authors. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a zine inspired by Colleen Smith's Give It or Leave It exhibition at LACMA. Colleen Smith's exhibition explores ideas of spirituality, utopianism, and feminism, incorporating inspirations from a variety of materials. A zine, short for magazine, is a non-commercial, often homemade or online publication devoted to a specialized subject matter. Making a zine is a great way to bring together ideas and references to create something new. I encourage you to visit LACMA and see Colleen Smith's exhibition, Give It or Leave It, and make your own zine. Here are the materials that you'll need. Paper, scissors, glue or tape, markers, pens or crayons, stapler, magazines or newspapers, and any items around your house that can be used for inspiration or add a unique element or depth to your zine. So I start off by cutting out some of the materials that I've gathered for the zine. I decided to go with a mix of images from Colleen's works and also some related images from my own life and inspirations. And here I'm holding up a still shot from Colleen Smith's film Sojourner, which is also a part of the exhibition. Next, I fold the paper into a little booklet. I decided to take 2 blank sheets of paper to fold in half, hamburger style, if people still say hamburger style, to make an 8-page zine. And you can honestly make your zine as long or as short as you like. They're created to be really quick and easy ways to spread information, almost like a pamphlet, so don't get too carried away with the number of pages. It's also really helpful to label the front and back, and to number the corners of the pages so you can keep track of the order you're working on. When you separate the pages to start, they will be out of order at first, but it will all come together in the end. Now I'm flipping it over to start on the front page. When I was thinking about what I wanted to do for the cover, I wanted to make sure that the library's logo was easily seen, represented, and I also wanted to ensure that the exhibition was showcased in a way that encapsulates just so many of the colors and energies that I really, really loved. I actually took the photo that I'm cutting out for the cover. I was super lucky to be able to have a private viewing of the exhibition. One of my favorite parts of the exhibition were all of the natural elements Smith incorporates, so I made sure to cut out just some pieces of eucalyptus that I had in my house to sprinkle throughout the zine. I opted to use a combination of glue and tape to secure everything for the cover because I really wanted to have that scrapbook collage feel. So as a Gemini sun and Virgo rising, I decided immediately to split the zine into 3 different sections because the exhibit fuses together so many different audio and visual mediums. And naturally, because we're the Free Black Women's Library LA, I thought it would be nice to start with books, and I added a film and nature section to it a little bit later. You can see here, I wrote out the word books to give it more of a homemade feel. And I thought it would be cool to layer on foil behind it, just because it's something that most of us have at home, and it has a really cool look to it that makes it feel super futuristic. I also made use of some stationery that I had laying around, and I printed out some really dope quotes from Octavia Butler. I printed out this gorgeous black and white photo of her from just a quick Google image search, and I also printed out the cover to the books from the book playlist. You can check those out in our blog. The film section was honestly one of my favorites to put together. When you're in the exhibit, it feels like you're walking almost like onto a set of a new but familiar place. And so I used this photo of the wallpaper to bring a little bit of that to the zine, which peep the watch details. They are so good. There are also these really cool stars that are projected onto the ceiling, which make me immediately think of the greatest sequence from The Wiz, to meet the end with Glenda the Good Witch, so I had to include her. And there's also a really just nostalgic element to the exhibit, even though it's super futuristic, which is why I added the still clip from Lovers Rock, the Small Act series by Steve McQueen. For my final pages, I included our music playlist that you can find on the blog, a photo of this sculpture that I have in my house, some images of Alice Coltrane, her ashram, and then I started piecing the scene together to see just how it was looking. And I think it was looking pretty good. Once you're satisfied with how the pages turn out, you can begin scanning the images so that they become one flat image. You can use your copier to print them front and back. I chose to just use tape for the sake of time to connect all of my pages, and it ended up working out just fine. You can also use glue, or if you like, you can staple all of the corners. After you've stapled the center of the zine, you can really just sit back and admire your handiwork. I really love how the zine turned out. I hope you enjoyed making an art-inspired zine with me. Check out the book playlist I created inspired by Colleen Smith on LACMA's Unframed blog. The link is in the description. You can connect with me at the Free Black Women's Library _LA and the Salt Eaters on Instagram.